We're now with Cheryl Pounder. And Cheryl, Brady Tkachuk, he certainly got an earful from the Leafs crowd in Game 1, and he said he didn't care, but he seems like the type of player that would definitely get some motivation from that sort of treatment. So how do you think Tkachuk responds now in Game 2?
Well, I do think I've called a lot of Sens games, and I do think that Brady Tkachuk was built for the playoffs. And yeah, some might say, oh, he's a little bit quiet. Well, he still had 5 shots on goal. I think it was 7 shot attempts, landed 7 hits. But this is the type of guy that's got to get to the middle of the ice and the paint. But he is the emotional barometer, and this is a guy who thrives on it. He has said it has been my dream to play playoff hockey. He's been at a lot of playoff games, but he's been drinking beer and cheering his brother on. So he's had a lot of experience in that, and I would expect watching him play at the Four Nations face-off. When ice closes up, now his team down 1-0, he thrives off that kind of energy. What makes him so different of a player and why so many Sens fans love him is because he loves to carry his team on his back. He will look to get to those high danger areas. And if you think he's been quiet, I expect that he will have a real pushback game.
Yeah, he seems to live for moments like this. Now, Game 1 was exactly what the Leafs would have hoped for, a decisive win with the core four all playing a big role. So, Cheryl, how important is following that up with another win on home ice tonight?
I think it's huge. I mean, you think about how loud the building was the other night as well, and it was a different vibe within those walls. It also was different on the ice when you look at the likes of Marner and Tavares and William Nylander, even Morgan Rielly getting on the board, and the power strike, their 3-goal performance on the power play. This was a team that everyone was looking at, even looking at someone like Scott Laughton. They brought in for the very reason to be tough, to be able to play tough physical minutes. He did that. So a different vibe, a different energy. But when your foot is on the pedal, when you're feeling that, you got to take it and you got to run with it. This is a strong Sens team. They've had your number throughout the course of the season, and you're going to go into a barn in Ottawa for the next 2 games after that, and they are going to be reeling, and they're going to be cheering Brady Tkachuk on. So I think that they have to find a way to get the stranglehold on the series at home right now while they're playing well, whether they have the belief, and they've really got to make sure that they hold that tone throughout the whole series.
Well, and then, Cheryl, if you look at it from the Senators' side, can they afford to go down 0-2? Is this game a do or die?
This is a big, massive game for them right now. I mean, you don't want to go down 0-2 against the Toronto Maple Leafs, especially when you're looking, down the barrel of what they've got in their top 6, even go to their middle 6. And now, of course, I mentioned Laughton on that back. Anthony Stolarz is playing extremely well. You've got Chris Tanev of OEL that gets on the board in the first game. So the entire landscape of this team is different. So they are going to make you pay to get to the middle of the ice. So guess what the Ottawa Senators have to do? They've got to be more disciplined, and they've got to get to the middle of the ice. You can get shots on net, but if they're coming from the outside and you're getting pushed to the outside, it's not going to do you any service at all. You got to find a way to drive the middle without the puck. The Ottawa Senators need to get a win right now, and they want to come back to Ottawa with it 1-1, no question about it.
Yeah, the last time the Senators won a playoff game was back in 2017, and then the last time the Maple Leafs held a 2-0 series lead, well, that was 15 years earlier, back in 2002 against the New York Islanders. And something's got to give tonight, Cheryl.